it's time to return for some more One Piece chapter review, chapter 1090. And before I get on with the chapter review, there's a couple things I just want to explain before getting on with it. With one of them being, why was I kind of gone for a while from YouTube and I guess the One Piece chapter reviews? And two, if you haven't noticed, the scenery has changed a little bit, so I want to give a little explanation for that. So, yeah. For the first thing, why was I kind of gone for a while with YouTube? And that includes my One Piece chapter reviews. And not to get too much to my personal life, but some things I kind of just got a little bit more lazier for. And my YouTube channel was just kind of one of them. And I did like making these YouTube videos and One Piece chapter reviews, but I just kind of got lazy with them. And I know a couple months ago I did get kind of on track with doing the Fusion Fall Retribution Let's Play stuff, but I also fell off with that. But, I want to get back into doing YouTube and talking about all this stuff and everything. And even though I did miss a couple of really good One Piece chapters, like the stuff with Garp, and my god, there were a lot of really good stuff, especially last chapter. Yeah, it was last chapter where the big reveal at the end where you got York's like, oh yes, Gorosei, I got this ultimate plan, just setting up, like, just got one thing I need you to do, please save me. Oh my god, I wish I really did that for that chapter review, but hey, at least I'm getting back into this stuff now, and I think this is probably a good time as any for at least what happens in this chapter to finally get back on track with One Piece talking about the One Piece chapter reviews. And I guess to the next thing, we got, the little change of scenery. Well, obviously I still have my wall scroll and that Jaws win poster that I still like. They'll hopefully fall out. You've noticed I got a little change of a desk here. Yeah, I actually got myself a new desk. This is one of those cool little ones where you can, push it up and make it stand. I can move it around. So I can, if I want to, film right next to my bookshelves, bam, I can do it there or whatever. So there's to that. And also, if you haven't noticed, new camera quality. Yeah. Instead of filming with my normal camera, I do have a webcam. And I thought, well, if that one's actually better than my normal camera I film with. So I thought, why not do freaking OBS, plug in my microphone and everything, and bam, I'm filming, right there with my, little laptop and my webcam and my mic. I mean, I think everything should sound good. I mean, well, we'll see if I continue with this for the normal-ish videos, or if I should continue filming with my webcam and everything. And plus, hey, if I need to see if everything looks good and I'm in focus frame, bam, can just check on my laptop there real quick and everything. I think that's really it to mention for the changes, scenery and everything. But yeah, those were things I wanted just to talk about for getting on with the chapter review. I was totally going to mention earlier, like, oh yeah, if you don't really care about this stuff, I got Timecodes so you can skip it. I should have done that earlier, but whatever. I want to get this done in one take, so do whatever. Oh yeah, and also another thing I definitely want to talk about before moving on with the chapter review is the One Piece Netflix live action show. And my god, I definitely got stuff to talk about that here. And the thing with that is I kind of did want to do like a little mini discussion video before it comes out, but since when I'm literally recording this, it'll be coming out in like a couple of hours or so really can't do that. So I guess right here I'll just insert my, just pre-initial appearances before the show actually comes out. And honestly, my opinion of the show, even with the newer trailers, hasn't really changed that much. Honestly, I'll actually put in like the iCard or the description or whatever on a Runaway Warlords stream where I actually did talk about kind of my opinion, and it's relatively the same as then. Even with the newer stuff, I think at that time only the teaser trailer was out, but even with the full and final trailer out, I think my general opinion stays about the same, where I would say, one, the actors, at least for the Straw Hats, I think they are in good faith. They're all excellent, just at least from what I've seen from the trailer. They look to be great, and I have no doubt that they at least will do pretty good as playing their characters. Let's see. Also, another thing, sets look amazing. I think personally, the sets is probably the best part of the show, at least from what I've seen from the trailers. What's another thing? Oh yeah, I also do kind of like, at least when it comes to the humor, that they're not exactly adapting it one to one, but kind of re-adapting it so it would work in live action. Because I know some people want the exact humor from the anime or manga, but I think those people just kind of have to realize that I don't think cartoony humor just doesn't work for live action. Like unless you got some Roger Rabbit stuff where there's an animated character popping in there, I just think realistic people, very cartoony, because One Piece in the manga has very, very cartoony kind of comedy, and I don't think that works for live action. So at least from the trailers, it does give me the impression that they're kind of re-adapting the humor. At least thank God they're not making this humorless. I actually think that probably would be worse. And I guess that's from what I've seen from the trailer. That's my general appearance about it maybe being good. And I like some of the other acting and stuff from the trailers. It's just, I don't know, just some of the shots looked weird, and I still think there might be a chance this could be bad. Like, I give it like if I had to say, like 60 to 75% on it being good. It's not 100. It's like, it'll probably be good, but there's a small chance it might not be. So while I'm not 100% on board with it, I'll probably still watch it. I don't know if I'm going to watch it all in one gulp or whatever, or one binge or whatever, but hey, who knows? I'll probably make a discussion video whenever I fully watch it, or like initial thoughts. Actually, that's probably a better idea to do that. But yeah, that's just my quick little thoughts before it comes out in approximately, it's like, in 30 minutes, because the time I'm recording this, if you can guess that, I record this stuff pretty late, but that's all I have to say about the live action. Anything else particularly? Not really. So, I guess one other thing I do want to mention was, well, not talking about this chapter, but I think it was 2 chapters ago. Yeah, chapter 1088's cover page, which was, cross promotion for the Netflix live action. And I do have to admit, it's pretty nice seeing Oda draw pre-time skip characters again, especially Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Usopp, and Sanji. I don't know, it's just so nice seeing, like, especially pre-time skip Nami again. Man, I really miss seeing that in Oda's art style. But, I guess to finally get on with the chapter review for chapter 1090. 10 more away from, 1,100. Man, can't wait for that. But, this cover page here that we got for this chapter is a reader's request. A black cat and Koro quietly reading. And it's just literally, I guess, Koro reading a book. I can't really tell what the heck book he's reading, but yeah, there's just a bunch of black cats around, and I don't know, it's just kind of nice because Koro. Oh god, I do not. I don't want. Yeah, because it was during the East Blue. I think the last time even the anime we saw him was, when I think Luffy got his first bounty, and I think that was even something that was in the manga. So it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of crazy to, think about. We haven't seen this character for a long time, but hey, at least Oda. Well, I mean, it was a reader request, so I guess Oda doesn't have to remember him. I mean, hey, maybe this is Koro's chance, and maybe he'll appear again in the story, like, I don't know, in 30 chapters or whatever. Who knows? But it's nice to look at least, yeah. Finally get to see this black cat once again. But, yeah, onto the chapter itself. And actually, since, I haven't talked about the last couple of chapters, I'll just do, just a quick recall with everything. So, right now, the world government and, I guess, our Egghead Island team are at a stalemate with all the pacifistas around the edge of the island ready to attack whenever they see the Marines attack, and they're just ready to get it, and they're in stalemate. And York, one of the Vegapunks, did make a call to the Gorosei, making a deal with them that she won't be harmed, and they'll rescue her off of this island. And also make her a celestial dragon. But plot twist, it looks like the Straw Hats and the rest of that crew is perfectly okay. And she's the one that's in danger, not the other way around. So yeah, to the now actual start of the chapter, we got Luffy talking to Gorosei. He's like, "Hello, this is Monkey D. Luffy. I'll be the man who will become king of the pirates." I mean, sure. Actually, shit, I don't think we've heard that phrase from Luffy for quite a while. But hey, yeah. And obviously, the Strat's in the background, like, what the heck are you even doing, Luffy? He's like, we have Dr. Vegapunk. If you value York's life, then move all your ships away from shore with York. Just being like, come on, please, help me. And, like, everyone who hears this is freaking shocked by this, including Vivi and Morgan. Actually, I wonder if they're relatively close to Egghead. That's an interesting thought to think about. But yeah, freaking hell, even Vivi's like, wait a minute, is that really Luffy? Did he really just say that? And then the girls are like, so you are Straw Hat Luffy. Who's still alive in there? And Luffy's like, well, let's see, we got some folks injured. And then Robin's like, Luffy, no! And just, hangs up the dead mushy. And then one of the Gorosei, who, I believe, which one is that one? I don't remember all their names. I think that one's Shepherd Peter. He's like, that woman's voice. Is that Nico, Robin? Ooh, very interesting. But yeah, we jump back to the Straw Hats where Robin's like, look, information is a weapon. You don't need to hand this info to your enemies. He's like, oh, yeah, well, sorry. Well, we're going to have to move the ships now, right? And they're like, no way, Luffy. No way. How do you think dumb the Navy is? And then we go to Jay Garcia, and he's like, well, let's see. There are 3 things we must retain. 1, York's safety. 2, Punk Records brain. And 3, the power plant that creates the Mother Flame. So, hey, at least they're definitely 100% on saving York's life. I mean, look, if having one Vegapunk who, won't betray them or look into the Void Century, I think it's at least important for having some kind of smart mind, no matter how split it is, question mark. I guess. Yeah. And then one of the Marines is like, but Rob Lucci's group is still in there, as well as some of the other Cyberfall agents. And Jay is like, look, I speak of the worst case scenario. Don't lose sight of our highest priority. Yes, sir. Think of human life as nothing more than insect. They can always breed to make up for any losses. God, yeah, I think at least they ain't, freaking, dumbing them down to hate the gore, say less. God, they really don't value a human life. But, yeah, we go back with Luffy's group, and of course Yark is like, dude, you realize that what you done? I've been in agreement with the 5 elders. If you hurt me, the whole island's going to sink in smoke, just like Ohara. And Nami just bam her. It's like, oh, how can you hurt me? I'm going to tell you on the 5 elders. Oh yeah, well that'll just make my day. And we got Chopper, asking Robin like, are you okay, Robin? She's like, oh yeah, thanks to you, I'm feeling fine. And actually, we do actually get to see kind of a, more wider shot of the group. And honestly, the group looks, pretty okay, honestly. Other than, let's see, we got Edison, Robin, and Kaku. Yeah, honestly, other than them, pretty much everyone else looks fine. Oh, yeah, and also, fortunately, 2 of the Vegapunks are dead. Shaka and Bathergus, I mean, I don't know how dead they really are, but they are mentioned to, not be currently living. I mean, I don't know if they can come back through, the magic of science or whatever they're supposed to be, but yeah. I still feel kind of weird about just off-screen a bunch of this stuff. But, yeah, let's freaking continue. Look at this wide shot. And, obviously, even though it's like, they went, oh no, Shaka, Pythagoras, Edison. And it's like, Edison's still freaking alive. Man, that still is kind of funny. And we go to specifically Lucci, who's like 4 seriously wounded, 2 Vegapunks dead, Straw Hats are. And Kaku's like, something up, Lucci? He's like, just talking to myself. Kind of weird, but yeah, we got Usopp's like, okay, you guys behaving yourself down there, and all the way at the bottom at the Labo Phase basement, we got all the, I guess, previously captured CP agents who are, currently supping their face full of food, even though they're kind of still trapped, where, like, you got half of them being like, thank you, Straw Hats, for giving us food. Thank you, our saviors. And the other ones are like, can you just let us out? No. Come on. Like, at least a change of scenery. Well, at least, you don't put us right next to the goddamn Seraphim. And, yeah, we do see the Seraphim are currently trapped in, kind of pacifista-like bubbles and everything. And, they're like, I guess CP are like, but what if they do? They get haywire. Don't worry, they're safe. Right, Vegapunk? And Vegapunk's like, of course! The bubble balls are made of the same materials as the Pacifista's Mark III bubble shields. Sea energy is incorporated into the materials, making them a perfect weapon for trapping power users. And I guess, yeah, they're all I think they all have devil fruits. I mean, I think we only seen the Boa and the Jinbei one, Seraphim's devil fruit powers. I'm sure the other ones have devil fruit powers, but we'll probably never know, or will know. God, I'll have to save my thoughts about that towards the end and everything. And we got the Snake Seraphim / the Hancock Seraphims like, I can assure you we have not received any orders to kill you, so I have no interest with you. And then we got them being like, you do? I guess that's fine. And Frankie is like, may that be. I'm still grateful for you, Snake. Thank you for releasing us from our power. And Vegapunk's like, yeah, kind of strange. That shouldn't be a part of their programming. We get a little flashback where Luffy goes in and he's like, hey, Hancock, they're my friends. You gotta release them. You're the only one who can. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Just stop looking at me. So, yeah, literally, it's just like a mini Hancock, with all the same flaws and everything. And even Jinbei's like, even the actual Hancock did a nasty piece of work. Well, can't turn down a request from Luffy himself. Huh. Must be like the same way. Yeah, so I don't know. I just kind of find this humorous and everything, and hopefully this won't be the only piece of early information we find out. But yeah, we got Vegapunk being like, yes, the information transmitted from the bloodline elements producing these clothing is truly quite fascinating. And we continue with, Luffy and the Seraphim Hancock doing the things like, thanks, Hancock. Just please, just say he's in love with me, please. Oh my god, that's so funny. But, yeah, then we go to, the Alice? Yeah, Alice is like, Stella, we've, restored, communications, but the frontier still won't open. And Vegapunk's like, we just can't escape with that, barrier currently up. And York's like, it's pointless. Now there's an encryption code on it. And, well, my brain ain't synced to all of yours right now, so you won't get that information from me. And Love's like, oh yeah, you wanna see? And freaking, wait, does she go in? Oh no, wait, for a second I thought she goes in to freaking knee her, but yeah, she's like, under the protection code and the world itself. So I'm really sorry. I could really go for some food right now and everything. And then Stotzi even mentions that they're completely surrounded on all sides. There's at least 100 ships of various size with about 3,000 men, I guess. And Vegapunk's like, well, so you know me, right? You're the navigator. She's like, yep, that's me. Well, unfortunately, the log post hasn't recorded the signal yet, but we still got one ready needle from Wano we can use, pointing about northeast from here. Vegapunk's like, well, I guess that would be Elbaf then. And then, of course, Luffy and Usopp are being like, Elbaf, we're finally going to Elbaf, the island of the giants. And, dude, they're just so freaking excited for Elbaf. And we are the next are going to be Elbaf. That's going to be so exciting, dude. If that actually does happen, that is going to be an exciting arc. I mean, God, I know I was one of the person that said we could skip Elbaf for the final saga, but thank God we aren't. Hopefully. But yeah, continuing on, we got Vegapunk being like, well, unfortunately your ship is currently up here in the Labo phase, but the Navy ship is pretty much going around the coastline, so we can't leave via the port. If we head towards the northeast direction on the backside of the island, and good thing with your ship and with the Vega Force 1, we can simply use the Vega Force 1 to basically fly over the Navy's blockade, ideally, but unfortunately, it can only fly around the airspace over Egghead Island. Once we leave, we'll just fall down to the ground. And Frankie's like, hey man, no problem. We got freaking a coup de burst so we can even fly farther, like at least a kilometer-mile away. None of them will even be able to catch us. And freaking Vegapunk's like, wait a minute. That ship can fly a whole kilometer? Hell yeah, let's do that. Yeah, man, it freaking runs on cola. On cola? I don't know. I just like that bit. Man, just that whole interaction. And Atlas is like, great, but we still need to deactivate it first. And she's like, I'm not telling you anything. Of course, York, of course. And meanwhile, we got Vegapunk, Atlas, and Edison all just, working hard to crack the code and everything just to get the freaking barrier down and everything. So, yeah, pretty much we got Lilith, Luffy, Bonnie, and Frankie all on the move with, getting Vega Force 1 and the, Thousand Sunny ready to move on, a notice and everything. And we got Lilith being like, I admit it, this is my first time leaving the island. I'm so excited. And Frankie's like, you do know this ain't a field trip. And Luffy's like, man, whatever, we don't have enough food on board the ship. And freaking Bonnie's like, I agree. We'll eat it all in a day. I suggest more pizza. Oh man, freaking God. Cheese is enough. And Sancho can make his own pizza on top of it. Well, he is indeed a pretty cool and a good cook and a good fighter. And Luffy is like, why are you so cheerful on a song? It's kind of weird. Yeah, well, I just didn't decide to kill Vegapunk anymore. I guess all that crying made you feel bad. I wasn't crying. Ugh, God, yeah. I don't know if I should say this, after I go through the chapter, but, God, just real quickly, God, I hope we get to some of the Kuma backstory stuff or whatever, or even just some of this stuff that we skipped. I really hope we get more flashback or something about it instead of it just being completely skipped. I just don't know how I feel about this. I'll definitely talk about this more after we're done with the chapter. But, let's continue on. And then, we go down with the Marines with Jaga Shia. They hear a transmission from Rob Lucci. So they're like, okay, we got a transmission from Rob Lucci. We get an idea what's happening on the inside. So share them with all the ships. And Jay Garcia's like, did you hear that, Borsellino? And he's like, yeah, I did. He talked a big game like he was in control, but it seems like they're all trapped inside. The Frontier Dome is the laser defense system, correct? And you are light, so can you get in? And he's like, well, frankly, I can. But a good friend of mine is defending Vegapunk down below. He's like, so just leap over him. Well, that's not a very sporting thing to do, and when a man is making a principled stand like that, I prefer to play by the book. And you should know when we attack, that means countless sea beast weapons and pacifistas that are under Sentomaru's command will start, attacking and sinking these ships in response. It's going to be a heavy cost, and it's like, time is the essence, so where is the power plant? And it's like, well, Rob Lucci is a very capable agent. He sent all the information that I wanted to know. And then we just got all the Marines, getting ready to prepare for battle and everything. They're just getting ready. And meanwhile, the Straw Hats are, getting on the ship, getting everything prepared and everything. And then finally, Kizaru is the one to make the first move, using his Devil Fruit to go at the speed of light onto the island. And Sentomaru's like, so, You're finally here, old man. Pacifistas eliminate all enemies. And the pacifistas are ready to attack. Meanwhile, we got Kishu's like, well, here we go, Sentomaru. And Sentomaru's like, my defenses are the world's greatest. And both of them immediately go onto a clash of the attack. And meanwhile, our crew up there with Luffy being like, wait a minute. The light down below, someone strong is down there. It ends the chapter and everything. So, let's get started with the discussion part of my chapter review. So, yeah, the one big thing I really want to talk about is, well, obviously, I feel like this would have been something that I would have talked about last chapter review if I did it. But, yeah, they just kind of pretty much skipped over that whole thing, you know, with the Straw Hats and the Vegapunks fighting Seraphim and everything. And I understand why Oda did it the way he did it. He really wanted to do a big, you know, complete shocker moment last chapter where it seemed like, you know, freaking York was, you know, the one winning, having everything planned, maybe even defeating some of the Straw Hats in dire situation, only to reveal the Straw Hats are pretty okay. Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, you could argue that, is it really necessary to see and some of that stuff? Sure, but like, you know, 2 of the Vegapunks are dead. Shaka and Pythagoras. Like, I mean, you could argue Pythagoras maybe not exactly the most important of the Vegapunks, but Shaka, I would argue, is like one of the most, out of, like, I guess, other than Lilith, probably the most important, you know, freaking of the, you know, Vegapunk satellite bodies. It just is wild to me that it's like, oh yeah, he died off screen for characters that were seriously injured here and everything. It's just, I just don't know how I feel about it. And especially the stuff with, of course, Vegapunk and, of course, Bonnie. All that stuff, it is just crazy that we're just skipping all over it. In this chapter, it's like, Bonnie's like, don't worry about it. I forgive them. You know, no big deal. I just feel like with all that stuff, we needed to see it, you know, all the way through. Not just the beginning confrontation, and let's just skip all over that. And also the Kuma flashback. We need to see that. There's just so much stuff that they skipped over that I just wanted to see. And I really hope they eventually do it, even in a flashback form. I just think it's just crazy that they're skipping all that, skipping the defeat of, you know, 4 powerful Seraphim and everything. It's just wild. I understand why Oda did it the way he did it, but still, it is just freaking crazy that they skipped all this stuff, and that's just the biggest disappointment. I have faith in Oda, but if he really just, you know, doesn't get back to a lot of it, such a real disappointment. Also, you know, kind of do appreciate that, well, I wouldn't say appreciate, but it's still definitely, Oda does not paint the Gorosei, even Jay Garcia, in a good light. He's like, yeah, you know what? Human life is nothing. You can always breathe for more of your losses. Your lives are meaningless. God damn. They don't paint him in a good picture. But hey, at least they kept their promise about keeping York alive. And I mean, as I said earlier, having York's probably important. You know, having a Vegapunk like being that won't look into the void sentry and, you know, will follow orders. It's probably as good thing as they can do and everything. And also freaking, you know, we got Lucci feeding information to the Marines, which, man, I feel bad for Kaku because he doesn't know nothing. He's just like sitting on like, Look how you doing, Lucci. Oh yeah, nothing. I mean, he's pretty injured. It's not like I don't. I mean, I don't know. From the way he's like completely bandaged up. So I don't think next chapter when I mean, it doesn't take no genius to say that Lucci's probably going to start getting into a fight. And I don't think Kaku probably will. I mean, he's pretty injured, so I heavily doubt that. But yeah, and we also got Borsellino Kizaru just on the offensive to go up against Sentomaru and everything. I mean, okay, I have seen the spoilers, so I have vague links of what's going to happen, but God, I really don't want to talk about more. I really, yeah, you know what, I'm just going to keep my hold and just be kind of vague with it, but obviously the Marines now are going to have a hard time fighting back, especially with the Sea Beast, the Pacifistas and everything. Just depends on, can really Sentomaru take out Kizaru? Like, even look, I'll just say this, even if I didn't read the spoilers, which I won't spoil what happens next chapter, but there's no way, I don't think freaking Sentomaru will have a chance beating Kizaru. Holding him back, I can see that, but we'll just have to see next chapter review whenever I do that. But yeah, I guess that's really it for the discussion. I mean, I don't know, I feel like I said less than I wanted to, but honestly, I said what I said. I really do think that Oda should at least get back to it at some point. But, hopefully I have faith and such. But, whatever Oda does, hopefully it'll be good. And we're in this final saga. Oh, no, wait. I just realized. Never talked about freaking Egghead Island. Okay, yeah. Not Egghead Island. I mean, Elbath. Next island, very likely, is going to be... No, wait. Oh, my God. Even before that, I gotta freaking mention that to get to discussing. So, right when, Luffy is talking to the Gorosei, and he's like, we have Vegapunk, Vivali is like, move the ship away. We get a scene of Morgan and Vivi listening to this on Black Den and Mushi. And, that's very interesting, because, I mean, I don't know how far the ranges of these Den and Mushis are, especially that black one. I think a black one you have to be kind of a closer range to, so is it possible that Vivi... Oh, what'd be crazy? If somehow Vivi, this is where Vivi gets to Egghead Island, and, finally Vivi joins back the crew. Yo, man, that would be so freaking cool, man. Yeah, finally, man. Oh, God. No, I really do miss Vivi with the crew. It's been so long, but it would be so cool to see. I mean, I don't know if Vivi's really going to do anything like on Egghead Island, actually, but we'll see. We'll see. I just have a feeling that at least Morgan's and the World Economic Journal are relatively close to Egghead Island. Relatively close. That's just the feeling I have, but hey, who knows? Who knows? And the second thing I definitely wanted to talk about before I sign off is Elbath. We're going to Elbath next, hopefully. Unless there's any diversions, because there might be. This is One Piece. But yeah, just, oh my God, it's so crazy. We're going to freaking Elbath and everything, and especially with what happened to Kid, ooh, might not be good. Oh yeah, and freaking Shanks is there and everything. I mean, or wait, did he leave? I don't remember. Man, I mean, this is One Piece, so I do have a feeling that Luffy will get to Egghead Island only to see that, well, Shanks just left. Oh, wow, mysterious and everything. But, yeah, Egghead Island, I personally, I've said this before, I think it was an arc that we could skip. I wish we didn't, but I can see us skipping Elbath. But thank God we're going to Elbath. I'm just personally so excited we're going to Elbath. An arc that honestly pretty much after Wano, because I think Wano was just one of those arcs that was like hinted and set up for such a long time. Elbath was the only other one, because Elbath, I think, was first mentioned in Little Garden? Yeah, with Dorian Broggy and everything. And, Usopp wanting to go to Elbath. It's just, I just can't wait to get to that arc. I mean, I can't personally guess theories on what's going to happen. But, dude, man, I can't wait. I mean, I have to probably reread stuff, but it's, more than likely that the final poneglyph is on Elbath. I feel like where the story's heading, that's, where we have to go, especially if we're in the final saga and everything. That's my only real theory about Elbath. I mean, heck, I don't know if we're going to split apart from Bonnie and the Vegapunks before we reach to Elbath, but for right now, I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe until like towards the very end, Vegapunk just might be with the Straw Hats for like almost this entire saga. That would be freaking crazy and everything. Yeah, and also Bonnie's still joining up with them. I wonder if she's splitting off at like maybe after they escape or whatever. Because I mean, it's not like she exactly has her own crew anymore. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just having a feeling they might, maybe after Elbath they'll split off, or they'll maybe stop somewhere on the way. But yeah, dude, freaking excited for Elbath and everything. And yeah, now it's actually end of the discussion, and I guess this chapter review in general. Just so excited to see what happens next. And I mean, I kind of already know what happens because I read the spoilers and the scans and everything, so oops about that. But I really didn't want to start the, getting back to the One Piece chapter reviews with this chapter, only 10 chapters away from chapter 1100. Actually, you know what? I'm just curious. I just want to ask you guys, when do you think One Piece, the manga is ending? Like, give me a rough estimate. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think about this. I think we might get to, like, at furthest, 1,500, around that range at the worst, at like the latest. But we're as I said before, we're in the final stretch of One Piece. We still got a couple of years off from it ending, but we're definitely heading there for a while. And hell, 15 years from now, well, I mean, I'm sure the anime will still be going just like with Naruto, but manga wise, One Piece will be over. Just a freaking crazy thought. Also, I probably right now could go and watch the One Piece live action show. Maybe I will, maybe I won't after recording this, and hopefully I'll get this out tomorrow. That's what I want to do, but you never know when these videos come out. But yeah, I guess I'll end this video. Like, comment, subscribe, that sort of stuff. So, if you want to, if you like these sort of videos. If not. If I do get my plans out, I do want to try to do a more variety course of content. So we'll see with that. Follow my Twitch. I also haven't been active on that. I actually do got one video that I really want to record on Twitch and then re-upload it to YouTube. I can't tell you when I'm doing it. I want to try to get it done this week, but we'll see whenever that stream happens, whenever I get to it. But you never know with that kind of stuff. You just have to wait for the future with that. But yeah, is that really it with the video? Do I got anything else to say before I leave? But yeah, well, guess I'll see you guys next time. Wait, am I still pointing the right way? Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time, whenever, well, Luffy is prepared and the shield is down to leave. See ya. Woo, woo, woo! Yeah, boy. Can't wait to talk about stuff. I mean, there's a lot of good anime shit that's been happening. Like, Bleach. Bleach has been popping off. Like, thank God people are talking about this shit. Because, you know, as a pretty big Bleach fan, I just have been excited about the stuff that's been happening. Oh, God. Dude, man, I know I did those live reactions to the episodes, but I don't know if I want to continue them since I just haven't been doing that for part 2. I know it's out for a while, but whatever. You know. Also throwing it, I mean, no, I want to keep that secret. Yeah. But, I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. Like, what stuff do you think you want me to talk about? Because I'm pretty okay with just talking about, like, whatever. Like, maybe you want me to talk about a certain series or whatever. I have no problem with that. Like, JoJo Part 9, I actually only have read the first chapter. It's not that I don't hate it. I just haven't bothered to, continue on with that series. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But I really I want to do more varied kind of content. I do got a couple of things in mind, and unfortunately, some of them might take a while with, like, recording just due to, I don't want to spoil what I have in mind, but let's just say I have to go through a lot of things, a lot of recording. Hell, I might even have to script it, which, if you know me, I don't really like scripting. You know what? Since I'm here, you know what I might as well do? Let me just unhook this from the camera stand and pull around to see these. Wait a minute. Let me look at the... Yeah, right... Yeah, okay, I got it. But yeah, I did change my room a little bit and got a lot of new shelving. So yeah, God, I owned a lot of manga and DVDs, never too late to do with that. I still gotta reorganize some of the shelves, like, places where they go there and, Super Saiyan 4 Supremacy. Never forget. Shit, I should have put, like, Super Saiyan 4 on the table instead of you Flareon, Ava, or whatever. But, just something I guess I wanted to show off. I mean, it's not like I do room tours or whatever, but, let's just put you back in. Come on. Boom! Yeah, everything's back in place, so, well, I guess this is finally by, and just saying one last time, what kind of content do you want me to make for it? What series do you want me to talk about? Just asking. Oh yeah, also, I need to watch the new Venture Brothers movie. So very sad. We'll see you guys next time. Oh, no way, I can't press the camera here, so I just have to walk back, I guess. Just have to do that. Press the record button. It's recording nearly an hour, huh? I don't have to cut that down, but